Okay, happy Monday, last day of the month. It is always exciting when team call falls on the last day of the month because I feel like I've been talking to you guys all day. Yes, I am just proud of you guys for hopping on. I know you're wrapping up goals. Shannon's working on goals, Danielle, Ashley, Alicia, like everybody. So thank you for being here. Hopefully this will be valuable. And then right after this, we have our party Zoom. So I don't know at all like what that's going to look like. All I know is we're going to have fun. We're going to wrap up goals. We're going to give away prizes, and we're just going to work together and do the things and finish up strong. But first, I would love to just start with a little celebration. This month has been insane. So many of you that I'm looking at have just done amazing. We're looking at rank ups. We're looking at people earning that crossbody bag. We have added 68 new VIPs the last time I checked. And like every time I open my virtual office, it's like a different number. It has just been wild. And you know what? We totally claimed it at the beginning of the month, which is why like early in July, we're like, we're going to have a rally Zoom on the last day of the month because we just feel like this was going to be a huge month. And so to see it actually like come to fruition and like, yes, we need a rally Zoom. It's so exciting. Look at Shannon. I love it. Shannon's team is exploding. Alicia's team is exploding. Adriana, Fast Start Silver. You guys, Ashley exploding. Danielle re-ranking gold. Like it's just, you guys are awesome. I'm so proud of you. And I just want to shout you all out for doing amazing things. And for those of you that are showing up consistently, that is a huge win. And we're going to talk more about that like when we do our rally Zoom. But part of the celebration is just to be like, yes, I showed up. I was consistent. I did the things I said I was going to do. Okay, so tonight is going to be a little bit of a Mod Podge of things that my brain was just like spinning through this week. I just feel like there's been so much that I want to share with you guys and thoughts and all the things. They may be a little disconnected though, so just bear with me. I'm just going to share from my heart tonight. I don't have a whole ton of notes, but I wanted to kind of bring together something that we've been talking through. So we have been talking a lot about that one pillar of your business, which is recruitment, right? Like we've got the 4 pillars of recruitment, retention, duplication, and leadership development. So we have been spending a ton of time. Like if you don't have those like down pat, right? Like we talk about them every week, but I wanted to show you why we've really been focused on that first pillar and why it's so important. So I'm going to screen share and show you guys something that you can actually use to kind of coach yourself. Okay, I have like a lot of things open, so hopefully you can see this. All right, I just need to pull it down so I can see it. All right, do you guys see this coaching your team through the 4 pillars chart? Okay, so I know this looks messy, but we're going to work through it. So you can do coaching calls, right? And I encourage you all, like all of you that have goals and want to build, beginning of the month, reach out and be like, hey, let's hop on the phone. Let's do a coaching call, right? Like I love doing them, mapping out your goals, no matter how big or small your team is. If you want to grow, that is essential, right? Because you can share what your goals are. We can map them out. We can do them. But there's going to be a lot of times when you are coaching yourself, right? When you don't have your upline like right over your shoulder or holding your hand, or maybe they're not available at that moment. And we have to be able to coach ourselves. So this is so helpful because it works through those 4 pillars of recruiting, right? So are you recruiting consistently? So this is a way to coach your team, but right now I want you to coach yourself. So instead of are they recruiting consistently, just say, am I? Like just let's coach ourselves. Am I recruiting consistently? The next section, am I retaining? Then am I duplicating and am I leading? You can literally work through this chart and see where the gaps are with yourself and also with your team as you grow. So the reason that we have been spending so much time on talking about recruiting is because it is this first pillar. Okay. So it says, am I recruiting consistently? And then you can follow the path, either yes or no. Let's say, yes, I am recruiting consistently. Are we recruiting quality people? This is people who are committed to making a health change, who are committed to sticking with their products for at least 60 days, right? If yes, then boom, we can move on to the next pillar and work on retention. But if no, we can ask ourselves, okay, why not? You know, do I need to expand my network? Do I need to, reach out to different people? Like, what is the situation? I feel like a lot of times we want to jump to retention or duplication or leadership, but we have to address that first pillar of recruiting first. And so many of you are doing an awesome job. That's why we have 68 new VIPs on our team, right? Because you are recruiting consistently. So if you're one of those people, you can be like, yes, boom, I am doing it. Now you can move on to retention, to duplication, to leadership, and work through that flow chart. So this is super helpful for coaching yourself. If you are like, you know what, no, I haven't really been recruiting consistently, this is also helpful. So to go to the no side, you can actually see, like, here are some reasons why I may not be recruiting consistently. Am I doing consistent IPA, my income producing activity? So number one, consistency. If consistency isn't there, then you can't really turn up the intensity, right? Consistency is like the foundation, has to be happening. The second one is, am I adding value? So like, what does your social media look like when you're in conversations? Are you adding value to people? Do I have influence, and how's my branding? So what I love about this is it's not like, oh, I'm not recruiting, so I'm not good at this, so I quit, right? A lot of people stop right there. They're like, I can't do it. I'm not cut out for it. I'm not recruiting, so I'm done. Good for the other people, but it's not for me. So I want to show you guys something else. And this is kind of the segue here. Whoop, not the wheel. That's for later. Okay, I want to show you this graphic of a growth mindset and a fixed mindset, because when I think about people that, you know, say, well, I'm not good, so I'm throwing in the towel. That is a fixed mindset or a victim mindset, really, right? So I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. I know our teacher friends on here are familiar with this and use it in the classroom, but we haven't talked about it in a long time, and it is really essential. And it's very easy to kind of point out on our team, people who are in growth mindset and people who are in fixed mindset. And so I want to bring awareness to it so you can look at your own mindset and see where you're at. So the big differentiating factor is a growth mindset sees obstacles and challenges and hardships and sees them as an opportunity, right? Like, this is an opportunity for me to learn, for me to grow, for me to pivot. So you can look at some of those quotes in there. Growth mindset, failure is an opportunity to grow. I can learn to do anything I want. Challenges help me grow. My effort and attitude determine my abilities. Feedback is constructive. A lot of us struggle with that one, right? It's hard to take feedback sometimes. I'm inspired by the success of others. Super hard in our line of work where everything is very visible and we see the rank ups, but I'm so proud of our team and how we have been cheering each other on, especially these last couple of days, right? Hasn't it been awesome to like see everyone just sharing in the celebration, whether it's your month to shine or it's not your month to shine? We are all cheering each other on, and liking to try new things, not being afraid of new things. That's all growth mindset. Compare that to the little gray head over there, fixed mindset. And these are thoughts that you would be thinking if you were in a fixed mindset. Failure is the limit of my abilities. In other words, if I'm bad at this, then I cannot do it. Like, if I'm bad at recruiting, I'm not cut out to share Plexus. That's it. I'm done. I'm either good at it or I'm not. Like, there's no learning, there's no opportunity to change. My abilities are unchanging. I don't like to be challenged. I can either do it or I can't. My potential is predetermined. When I'm frustrated, I give up. Feedback and criticism are personal, and I stick to what I know. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing, but when you guys look at that, what sticks out to you with growth mindset or fixed mindset? Is there something you're like, I definitely find myself in this category, in this situation, or Plexus has really helped me have a growth mindset? Like, where do you kind of see yourself? And there's no judgment, because I think we go between the two all the time. We're never fully in growth mindset. We're never fully in fixed mindset. But are there any that stick out, like, oh, I struggle with that piece, either the comparison? Yeah, Victoria, go ahead.
Okay. I was just talking about this on my call right before this, but I find myself being in a fixed mindset when it comes to points at the end of the month, like this past year, because typically in my journey, I've been like up, maybe a little down, but then up fairly quickly, you know what I mean? And this past year has just been like very, very steady. which
Mhm.
I'm very grateful for, but I have to catch myself. I have to coach myself through that. And so, yeah, I find myself in that fixed mindset. And what I was going to say to that is, just flipping, just like you were saying that, our business is not certain. And I think, certainty is the enemy of growth, is what I was saying earlier. And it's not certain. And so flipping that from, okay, this isn't certain right now, but like getting curious, right? Like
Mhm.
taking that certainty to curiosity, just like you were saying, like, okay, well, why is this? What am I doing? And I love that flow chart to kind of help navigate that curiosity and reflect.
Yeah, that's so good. Curiosity. Anyone else? Thoughts about growth mindset, fixed mindset? Yeah, Adriana, go for it.
So, that, I just came back to Plexus last month. So for me, I think coming back before that, I had such a fixed mindset in the fact that I was kind of going towards different network marketing companies for the wrong reasons and not really, I guess it was a fixed mindset in the sense of like, I was more fixated on things that weren't producing for me. And so when I wasn't seeing growth, I kind of up and left and up and left and up and left. And I didn't stick through the challenge and stick through the times of like, okay, things may not go well this month, but let's push through and let's keep going. My heart also wasn't behind those other companies. And so now being back to something that I can like wholeheartedly stand behind. And I was taking the products for months before, and, I felt really good on them, and having a nursing background and knowing all the good things for your body and the bad things for your body, it just made sense. And so now I have much different mindset going forward. But I think you sometimes get fixated on, ranking up or, the suffering through the bad months or, the bad weeks, whatever. And I think sometimes for me, it kind of scares me away. So, but I'm learning more to kind of push through that and remember that, we're all in this together, and the support has been fantastic. So, I mean, I can't knock that either.
That is so great. Thanks, Adriana. We're so glad you're back and sharing, and you're totally crushing it. Flew past Fast Start Silver. And yeah, you've already just been like such an encouragement. You fit in so great with this team. I love how we just attract like the best people, right? Like all of you on here are just such wonderful people. And I truly believe like this team functions most of the time in growth mindset. And it's why we're growing the way we are. But there's always going to be situations and things that want to pull us down into fixed mindset or a victim mindset. And maybe it's a little like triggering to call it victim mindset, but I know for me, it just kind of like calls it out like, oh, that's victim mindset. Some of the things that I know I've said to myself, or I've caught myself thinking is, well, I don't have influence, so I can't recruit, so I can't grow, right? Or, well, I'm bad at messaging, so I can't recruit, so I can't grow. I have too many demands on my time, so I can't be consistent, so I can't grow. That one is a big one. And we're going to sit there for a minute, okay? Because we have a lot of mamas on this team. There's like 1 million babies between all of us. And okay, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit, this is sidebarring, but a little bit about high performance habits. You guys know I love Atomic Habits. What do we just read? Build to Last. Like they're so good. There's so many great nuggets, but they're written by men, right? Most of these books are written by men who like, it's different. When they decided to like go all in with whatever, they were not the primary caretaker of a boatload of kids or one kid. Like one kid is a huge, huge job. They weren't the primary caretaker of their homes. And so it really looks different for us as mostly women on this team. We have a few fantastic men as well, but talking to women right now on this call, it's very easy for us to say, I have too many demands on my time, so I can't be consistent, so I can't grow. I feel like that is a fixed mindset or a victim mindset that creeps in a lot. So if we're going to be consistent as moms or as working women, so many of you, working outside the home, holding down the fort, paying the bills, all the things, cleaning the house, we have to be in that growth mindset, even when we're busy with the kids. And do I have your permission to just like share an opinion? I normally don't do this. I don't keep it like very like evidence-based, like here's what other people say, but I really think it's important because like I'm seeing babies on here right now, which I absolutely love. I love it. And you guys know I have 4 kids, but I hear some moms that want to grow saying things like, well, I don't want my kids to see me on my phone, or I don't want my kids to see me working. And I always want to say, why? Why don't you want your kids to see you working? Like if you truly believe that what you're doing is, blessing your family, blessing others, you're building a business that's going to impact your kids' lives. Like it is such a good thing to show them that they can build something for themselves. And like when they are a part of your business, it's so fun. Like we truly consider it a family business. Like today was crazy. My kids know like the last day of the month, like you guys got to find something to do, but we did take time and like go to the pool and like I put my phone away and we spend that time. So that is also super important that you're not, throwing your boundaries to the side and never making eye contact with your kids, but let them be a part of what you're doing. It's okay to like for them to see you working. It is totally okay. I've also heard, I can't do this because I have a baby. I hear you. Like it is challenging. You can do this with babies and toddlers. I always think of Brenda Martin. I was privileged to be on a call where she was speaking. She is a homeschool mom of 11 children. That's 11. Okay. So many kids. And she and her husband are both diamonds in Plexus. And when she was explaining her story, she's like, I decided it was important. And she brought her kids like into it as a family business. And so when I hear her story, I'm like, all right, like we've got this. It is challenging, but we can totally do it. Do not use your kids as an excuse to be in a fixed mindset or a victim mindset. We have to get creative. And I will, again, just share my opinion that you can train your kids like to be okay with what you're doing. Getting on Zooms around bedtime, not easy. Okay. Like you might have to like do some preparation and like talk to them in advance. And if you have a very needy baby or toddler, if all their needs are met and they have to, sit in the pack and play for 15 minutes so you can send out your messages, like they will be okay. Right. We can train our kids to like be okay. And part of the conversation I have with my littles is like, I'm doing this now, and then we're going to spend this time later. Or like, mommy has to do this so that I can spend all day, every day with you. Like I am here doing Plexus, but I don't have to go to a 9-to-5 job every single day. So communicating with your family is huge. And I'm only sharing that so specifically because we have so many moms. And I think that fixed mindset really is tempting to us to creep in. Okay, but that was all sidebar. Sorry about that. Thank you for hearing my opinion on that. You can take it or leave it, totally. But whatever you're going to do with your kids, find a way to be in growth mindset. And I think when you are modeling that to your children, it's actually really, really powerful. Like you're showing them that they can choose their thoughts and that they can build something out of nothing, which is amazing. But I wanted to really quickly go over some of these high performance habits with you guys. Victoria was reminding me about this book. I think she's reading it with some coaching that she's doing. I had read it in the past and I just picked it up to flip through again, because I'm like, all right, we want to be high performers. We want to be in growth mindset. We want to work through this, like coaching myself. So like, what are the things? What are the habits that help me get there? What are the habits that high performers have in common, right? You see people that whatever industry they're in are just like crushing it. They're doing amazing. They have things in common. A little quote says, success leaves clues. So if you look at people that are successful, there's often some things that they are all doing regardless of what industry they're in. So Brendan Burchard wrote this book. It is a big one. It is a big book, but it's really, really good. I want to summarize for you just the first 3 habits. He goes through 6. 3 are personal habits, and then 3 are social habits. So we're just going to talk a little bit about the personal habits, and they're so good. And as we think about wrapping up July and heading into August, this is a great time to reevaluate your personal habits, right? What they look like, things you want to address, what went well in July, what didn't go well that you want to pivot. Like we are always learning and growing. And the great thing is that like you can restart, right? You can always restart. You can always look at your habits and make changes. So the first one, habit 1, is seek clarity. And he talks about having a clear intention for who you want to be each day, how you want to interact with others, and what skills you must develop to win in the future, how you can make a difference and serve with excellence. So that's, when we talk about like make a vision board or visualize, how you're going to be at your future rank that you're going for. That's what this is. It's setting that clear intention, because when you're clear on it, then you can start showing up as that person. So if you are going for gold next month or in the near future, ask yourself, what would the gold version of me be doing, right? How would she be talking to her team? How would she be posting on social media? When you get clear on it, then you can step into it and start doing those things. He also says, this is all under seek clarity, determine the feeling you're after. What is the primary feeling you want to bring into a situation or get out of a situation? And this part I love, don't wait for emotions to land on you. Choose and cultivate the feelings that you wish to consistently experience and share in life. I always say, don't be a moody marketer, right? If I waited till I was in a great mood to work my business, it would like hardly ever happen, right? So just choose the mood, choose the feeling that you want to bring. And then he says, under seek clarity, define what's meaningful. Not everything that is achievable is important. And so achievement is not the issue, alignment is. Okay, achievement is not the issue. Alignment is being in alignment with what your goals for yourself are, your goals for your business are. That matters way more than the current incentive or the points or whatever. Being in alignment with your why. So all of you guys that are staying on for our party Zoom, you shared your why. Go back to it often and make sure that you are in alignment with that why, with why you're sharing Plexus. Okay, so that's all under seeking clarity. We need to be clear on where we're going, who we want to be. Habit 2, generate energy. Generate energy. This is the number one differentiating thing on our team, right? When we have energy and passion, everyone zooms. Everyone has more points. Everyone ranks up. Everyone crushes their goals. It's the energy that we are bringing. So under this section, he says, release tension and set intention. So letting go of the stress. He actually gives like breathing exercises and ways to release tension in your body and set intention, set a clear intention for your next activity, open your eyes and get to work with vibrant focus. He also says, bring the joy, be responsible for the energy you bring to your day and each situation in life. That's even when things go wrong. Even when the share cart link doesn't work, even when the person signs up under the wrong sponsor and you have to call corporate and fix it. Like these are all real life today situations that I've been dealing with. Bring the joy, you guys. You can choose to be joyful or we can choose to be miserable, but bring the joy to your team. Just choose it. Just choose to be joyful. And the third part under generating energy is optimizing your health. Now, I think we're very focused on this, but he specifically talks about sleep, exercise, and nutrition, and how we need to take them seriously if we're going to be high performers. So it is okay to lose a little sleep every now and then, like tonight, but as a regular habit, we need to be getting enough sleep, moving our bodies, and putting proper foods into our bodies, right? Thank Jesus for Plexus. It keeps us all healthy. Now we've got sleep gummies to help us fall asleep at night, but you have to be doing the other things as well. Okay. So that's all under generate energy, that energy level that you're bringing to your business. And then the third habit is raise necessity. Know who needs your A game. You cannot become extraordinary without a sense that it's absolutely necessary for you to excel. This had me just think about shutting the back door. And this is something that we've talked about before. But when we have the back door open where, yes, we're doing Plexus, but at any time I could quit. It's not super important to me. It's my plan B. I could walk out that back door anytime. There's no necessity for you to excel. It's going to be tempting to just take that back door every single time, right? When you close the back door and you say, I'm doing this because, go back to your why, then everything changes. And Alicia, if you guys didn't see, I posted on team page, she shared a really amazing, vulnerable post about just like stepping out and closing that back door. And she's leaving her full-time job as of the end of next month. We're so proud of you, girl. See everyone cheering you on. I know it's super emotional, but we've been talking a lot about how when that back door shut, like everything changes, right? and Alicia's team's on fire, guys. Now, maybe leaving your job is not the thing for you. Like maybe you love your job and you want to stay, but there's another back door, right? Like something else that's keeping you from being all in. And I just want to tell you, when you decide to be all in, you really become unstoppable. Okay. You cannot become extraordinary without a sense that it's absolutely necessary for you to excel. Okay. It really is a game changer. So that's part one under raise necessity. The second part is affirm your why. So again, we talked about this already, but speak your why to yourself out loud and often, share it with others. This will motivate you to live in congruence with your commitments. In other words, we need the reminder. We need the reminder all the time why we're doing this, because it's not always easy. And sometimes people are mean, and sometimes we go backwards, and sometimes things are hard, but your why is what will keep you grounded. So you guys have shared amazing, beautiful whys right in our team chat. We love reading them because it's so amazing to see just what this could do for each one of us, right? The reason why we're here, it's so much bigger than vitamins. It's so much bigger than vitamins, but you're going to have to remind yourself often. And then the third part of raising necessity is level up your squad. Emotions and excellence are contagious. So spend more time with the most positive and successful people in your peer group. Okay. Find the people who are on fire in life and go be on fire with them. Evaluate your friend circle, right? You may have heard that like you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So look at those 5 people that you're spending the most time with. Are they people that you want to be like? Because you are going to become like them. Now, I think we have an amazing community of amazing people in Plexus. So you are on the right team. And I think this squad here all helps us level up, right? So much energy, so much encouragement, so much celebration. But outside of Plexus, look at your main 5 people. Those emotions are contagious. Those conversations are contagious. Their habits are going to be contagious. So when you surround yourself with positive, successful, encouraging people, that is going to help you level up as well. Okay. So seek clarity, generate energy, raise necessity. So as you guys are thinking through what you want your August to look like, what your goals are, keep those things in mind. He does 3 more habits that are social habits and talk about productivity and influence and courage. We will probably go over those on the next team call because they are also super good, but I knew we were going to run out of time. And sure enough, it's 9 o'clock. So I will wrap it up. Does anyone have any thoughts or things they want to share before we wrap up our call, either on growth mindset or high performance habits or just anything in general? Shutting the back door. I feel like Alicia's going to have to just lead a team call and share the whole story sometime. Okay, well, I'm going to stop the recording and then we are transitioning here.